Hello everyone. Welcome back to Light Gym. In this video we are going to solve some MCQs on Maratha Empire. There are some around 40 excellent MCQs and these are really important for exams like RRB. Must solve it. Now in case if you don't really want to watch this video but definitely want to solve this MCQ, which you should, all you have to do is just visit ligem.com. So this is the website ligem.com. And here you have to go to the RRB section. Okay, so this is the section for RRB general awareness. You click here and you have choices English medium as well as Hindi medium. So I'm just going to click on the English medium. Okay, so here is the RRB GK syllabus. We have polity, we have history, geography, science and economy. Now we are going to deal with Maratha history. So let me just click on history. Now Maratha history comes under the modern history. Okay, so let me just click on modern history. Okay, so basically here are the chapters. There are many chapters, around 30 of them. Yes, 32 chapters on modern history. Now, before we begin the MCQ, we actually have to figure out in which chapter is the lesson called as Marathas. So basically, it's in the chapter 2, Rise of New Kingdoms. You click here, and as you can see, we have lesson 1 for Sikh, the lesson 2 for Marathas, the lesson 3 for Kerala Kingdom, lesson 4 for Mysorean Kingdom. So we are going with the lesson 2, that is Marathas. Just click on MCQs and you will be straight away redirected to the MCQ section. So this is the MCQ section and let's start solving 40 excellent MCQs on Marathas. So first one, when was the Mughal Sanat signed? So basically what happened is around 1719, when Marathas were rising in power under the leadership of Balaji Vishwanath. Okay, Balaji Vishwanath. So basically, the Mughal emperors signed a treaty with them. Okay, because the Mughals were really getting scared of Marathas. Marathas were rising in power. So that is why he signed a treaty. And the treaty was Mughal Sanat, and this Mughal Sanat was signed in 1719. I repeat this again, it was signed in 1719. So the correct answer is 1719, option D. Okay. Now the second question, this Peshwa fought in 1857 civil rebellion. Now technically this guy is not the Peshwa. Okay, he is not regarded really as the Peshwa, but it can be said that this guy, for some, he is a Peshwa. Okay, and he fought in the 1857 rebellion. Now we have the option Baji Rao 1. Nope. The second option is Narayan Rao. Nope. The third option is Madhav Rao. Nope. The fourth option, that is Nana Sahib 2, that is the correct option. Okay, so basically Nana Sahib was defeated in 1857. I repeat this again. 1857 civil rebellion. He fought alongside with Rani Lakshmi Bai and he was defeated. So the correct answer is Nana Sahib. He fought against the Britishers and was defeated. Okay, then we have question 3. When was the Treaty of Salbai signed? Now basically the Treaty of Salbai was signed when after the Anglo-Maratha War. Okay, after the first Anglo-Maratha War, when the Britishers were defeated. Anglo basically means our Britishers. Okay, so let me just explain. Okay, let me just take out my pen. Now, around 1780s, the Marathas were recovering from the defeat of Panipat. As you may already know, in 1761, the Marathas were defeated, okay, in the Battle of Panipat. So after the defeat, the Marathas were gradually recovering under the leadership of Nana Fadnavis, Madhav Rao, and of course, the last, Madaji Scindia. Okay, Madaji Scindia. Now, in 1782, the first Anglo-Maratha War was fought, and Madaji Scindia defeated the Britishers, and Britishers were forced to sign the humiliating Treaty of Salbai. Okay, so the correct answer is the Treaty of Salbai was signed in 1782. Okay, so the correct answer is 1782. So let's explore the fourth question. Who is regarded as the 10th Peshwa? Now this guy was never the Peshwa. Okay, there are total of 9 Peshwa, but this guy was the adopted son of the 9th Peshwa. So we have the 9th Peshwa. Okay, 9th Peshwa as Balaji Bajirao II. Bajirao II, and he didn't have any son. So he adopted a guy and he was given the title as Nana Sahib. So Nana Sahib is technically regarded as the 10th Peshwa, but there are only 9 Peshwa. Now for many he is considered as a Peshwa. So the correct answer is Nana Sahib 2. Now, in the previous MCQ, we have learned that Nana Sahib actually fought alongside with Rani Lakshmibai to defeat the Britishers, but Nana Sahib and Rani Lakshmibai were defeated by the Britishers. So the correct answer is fourth option A, that is Nana Sahib 2. Okay, so let's explore the fifth question. The first Peshwa to be killed due to court politics. Now remember this, Peshwas used to live in a place called as Shaniwata. Shaniwata is a place in Pune. Okay, and the person, the Peshwa, the first Peshwa to be killed because of court politics was Narayan Rao. Okay, so the correct option is fifth D. Okay, so the correct option is fifth D. Let me just take this. Okay, so the Holkars were the rulers of this region. Now, if you are studying for MPPSC, this question is really important because the Holkars were the rulers of the region called as Indore. They were actually instrumental in developing this region. They actually made many temples, many buildings, many things. Okay, and that is why they were regarded as the people who really developed Indore. So the correct answer is Indore. Sixth correct answer is Indore. Okay, so which Maratha Peshwa recovered the lost fortunes of Maratha Empire after 1761 debacle? Okay, so now this is a very important question because in 1761, okay, so it's a very important date in Indian history. 1761, the Marathas fought against the Afghans. Okay, and Afghans were the winners. So Afghans were led by a guy called as Ahmad Shah Abdali. Ahmad Shah Abdali. Okay, and Marathas were led by a guy called as Sadashiv Bhau. Sadashiv Bhau. Okay, Sadashiv Bhau. And Marathas were defeated. Unfortunate. And they lost their power, they lost their army, but after 1761, okay, within in one single decade, they regained all their power. And this was due to the Peshwa called as Madhav Rao. Okay, remember this is a very important guy. And this guy was instrumental in the term called as Maratha resurrection. Basically, the Marathas were defeated, but because of this guy called as Madhav Rao, their power rose back. Okay, they gradually got their power back. So the correct answer is Madhav Rao. Option B. Seventh option B. Okay, let me just add this. Okay. So let me just cancel all of this. This Peshwa conspired with Sayyid brothers to remove Mughal Emperor Farrukhsiyar. Now, if you know something about Indian history, you obviously must have learned about the Sayyid brothers. They were also known as the kingmakers. The Sayyid brothers supported this guy called as Farrukhsiyar. Farrukhsiyar was the Mughal emperor. Okay, he was supported by Sayyid brothers. Now, Sayyid brothers eventually started becoming more powerful. So Farrukhsiyar decided to get rid of them. Okay, Farrukhsiyar wanted to get rid of the Sayyid brothers. Sayyid brothers took the help of Marathas. Okay, Maratha was back then the Maratha Peshwa was Balaji Vishwanath. So Balaji Vishwanath helped Sayyid brothers. He sent an army of 15,000 to help the Sayyid brothers. Okay, and the Sayyid brothers, with help of Balaji Vishwanath, defeated Farrukhsiyar, and Farrukhsiyar was executed. Farrukhsiyar was perhaps the first Mughal emperor who was executed. Remember this is a very important thing because even though there were many conspiracies against the Mughal emperors, but Mughal emperors were regarded as gods. Mughal emperors were never killed. But it was for the first time a Mughal emperor was being killed. Okay, so the correct answer is Farrukhsiyar. Farrukhsiyar was defeated and killed by Sayyid brothers. And Sayyid brothers was helped by a guy called as Balaji Vishwanath, the first Peshwa. Technically, he's not the first Peshwa, but first Peshwa of importance. So the correct answer is option B, Balaji Vishwanath. Okay. Now let's go to the ninth question. Which young Peshwa committed suicide? Now this is not really that important question, but the correct answer is Narayan Rao. So basically, what happened? Narayan Rao was. The correct answer is Savai Madhav Rao. So basically, Savai Madhav Rao was a very young ruler, very young Peshwa. And he was brought up by a guy called as Nana Fadnavis. Remember this. Rana Fadnavis. And because of excessive pressure of Nana Fadnavis, this guy eventually committed suicide. Unfortunate. So the correct answer is ninth C, Savai Madhav Rao. Who was Nana Sahib? So basically, this term, Nana Sahib, was given to a guy called as Balaji Bajirao. Okay, so this is the family history. We have Balaji Vishwanath as the first Peshwa, and then we have Baji Rao. Okay, Baji Rao as the second Peshwa. Now, Baji Rao, you obviously know this guy played. This guy was really important because there is a movie called as Bajirao Mastani. Remember this? Bajirao Mastani. So that movie was about this guy, okay, Bajirao. Okay, so his father was Balaji Vishwanath, the first Peshwa. The second Peshwa was Bajirao. And after that, his son, that is Balaji Bajirao. Balaji Bajirao. Okay, so he became the third Peshwa. Remember this, he became the third Peshwa. And he was also called as Nana Sahib. Okay, he was also called as Nana Sahib. Okay, so the correct answer is Balaji Bajirao. Okay. So the Scindias are really famous people. Okay, they are really famous people. Originally, they originated from Maharashtra, but eventually they were given the domain of a region called as Gwalior. Okay, so obviously, if you know something about Scindia, you already know that they are from Gwalior. Okay, so the correct answer is Gwalior. Okay, so question number 12. When was the office of Peshwa abolished? So basically, after the Third Anglo Maratha War, the Peshwas were defeated, and the last Peshwa was Bajirao II. And Bajirao office was abolished in 1818. Okay, so the correct answer is 1818. Option A, 1818. The office of Peshwa was abolished in 1818. Okay. The Gaikwads were the rulers of. Now, the Gaikwads, just like the Holkars, the Scindias, the Bhonsles, they were also another bunch of tribe. Okay, they were also Maratha Sardars, and they actually ruled from the region called as Baroda. Okay, correct answer is Baroda. Which Maratha general led the charge against Ahmad Shah Abdali? Now, this is a really important and really important question because obviously, you know, in 1761, there was the third battle of Panipat. Okay, the third battle of Panipat. It was fought by Marathas, okay, versus the Afghans. Afghans were led by Ahmad Shah Abdali, and Marathas, of course, the true power was vested with Nana Sahib, okay, or Balaji Bajirao, but Marathas in the battlefield was led by a guy called as Sada Shiv Bhau. Sada Shiv Bhau. Now, this guy is really important, okay, because he was an excellent military ruler, military general, and before the battle of Panipat, he actually never lost any single battle. It was only on the battlefield of Panipat he actually lost. Okay, so the correct answer is Sadashiv. So let me just mark this. Sadashiv Bhau. 14th correct answer is Sadashiv Bhau. Okay. At the height of the power, their kingdom extended from, okay, so by 1758, I repeat, so basically in 1761, okay, I repeat this again over and over again. So in 1761, the Battle of Panipat was fought. And before the Battle of Panipat, the Marathas were the paramount power. Okay, they were undefeated. They ruled from Cuttack to Attock. This is a term given by Britishers, Cuttack to Attock. So basically, we have Attock in Pakistan. Okay, Attock was a place in Pakistan. It's still there. Okay, and Cuttack, you obviously know, it's somewhere near between West Bengal and Odisha. Okay, so basically, Maratha rule was at the highest, at the height of this glory, from Cuttack to Attock. Okay, it's a saying that we will rule from Cuttack to Attock or Attock to Cuttack. Okay, so the correct answer is Attock to Cuttack. Okay, Attock to Cuttack. Okay. Now, Shivaji's son executed by Aurangzeb. Okay, so now this is again a very important question. So we obviously know that Shivaji was the founder of the Maratha kingdom. Okay, he had a son called as Sambhaji. He actually had two sons. Okay, one of them was Sambhaji. So he became the second Chhatrapati. So first Chhatrapati was Shivaji. The second Chhatrapati or the second Maratha ruler was Sambhaji. Sambhaji was captured by Mughal authorities and he was tortured and later executed by Aurangzeb. So the correct answer is option C, Sambhaji. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so we have when the Treaty of Bassein signed. Okay, so basically the Treaty of Bassein was signed in 1804. Okay, so the correct answer is 1804. When was the first Anglo-Maratha War fought? Now, the first Anglo-Maratha War was fought in from 1775 to 1782. It's a very important date, okay, and one of the reasons for this fight was because one of Baji Rao's son, that is Raghunath or Raghuba, okay, he was also known as Raghuba, he approached Britishers to make him as the Peshwa. But it was opposed by many others, and that is why it led to the war called as the First Anglo-Maratha War. So the correct answer is 1775 to 1782. And the Britishers were defeated, brutally defeated by the Marathas. And because of that, they were forced to sign the Treaty of Salbai. Remember this Treaty of Salbai. Okay. Then we have the question 19th, Maratha Civil War refers to. So basically, here's the thing, let me just explain you better. So we have Shivaji, okay, he was the founder of Maratha Empire, and he had two sons, okay, Sambhaji and Raja Ram. Okay, so basically he had two sons. Now Sambhaji became the second ruler, okay, or second Chhatrapati. Shivaji was the first Chhatrapati. And Sambhaji was later captured by Mughals and he was executed. Okay, his son, that is Shahu, okay, Shahu was captured by Aurangzeb, Mughal king, Mughal emperor. Okay, the Mughals captured Shahu. Shahu was very young. He was maybe 5 or 6 or maybe 7, 8 years old. He was captured by Aurangzeb. And he was kept in the captivity for many, many years. Now, Aurangzeb died in 1707. Okay, Aurangzeb died in 1707. And meanwhile, when Shahu was captured, Rajaram became the third Chhatrapati. And eventually, because of health condition, Rajaram also died. So basically, he had a son, okay, he was an infant, and basically, that infant was supported by his mother, that is Rajaram's wife, that is Tarabai. Remember this is a very important name because she was one of the reasons that Maratha Empire survived and became a really paramount power, okay, Tarabai. Now, Tarabai didn't want Shahu to be the next ruler, okay, she wanted her infant son to be the next Chhatrapati or next Maratha ruler. So Shahu, after the death of Aurangzeb, he was released. And Shahu claimed the throne of Maratha Empire. Okay, so Tarabai said no. Okay, and eventually there was a civil war between Shahu and Tarabai. Shahu was supported by a guy called as Balaji Vishwanath. Okay, remember this, Balaji Vishwanath. And eventually Tarabai was defeated and she was, let's say, deposed of. Okay, she was not killed or anything, she was just shunted out. And eventually the winner was Shahu. Okay, so he basically became the next Chhatrapati. Okay, so let me just end this. So basically the Maratha Civil War refers to the fight between the factions of Shahu and Tarabai. The correct answer is option A, the fight between factions of Shahu and Tarabai. Okay. So again, we have the same question, which Maratha prince was captured and later released in 1707? So the correct answer is Shahu. Okay, his father, that was Shambhaji, was executed by Aurangzeb, but Shahu and his mother was treated very good by Aurangzeb. So the correct answer is Shahu. Okay, so which Peshwa led the Maratha resurrection? Now this is something we have discussed before. It was Madhav Rao who, after the debacle of 1761, restricted Maratha power back. In a span of just 11 years, 11 to 10 years, he just restricted back the Marathas. The Marathas were literally defeated. Okay, they were broken in 1761 after the third battle of Panipat. But it was under the guidance of Nana Fadnavis, Mahadaji Shinde, and of course the Peshwa Madhav Rao, the Marathas again rose back to power. So the correct answer is Madhav Rao, option C, 21. The female leader who led the Maratha struggle against Aurangzeb. Now this is something we have discussed before. Okay, so this is Shivaji. He had a son that is Shambaji, as well as Rajaram. Rajaram was married to a woman that was Tarabai. Okay, when Rajaram died, okay, Tarabai actually took over the control of Marathas, and she was the one who led the charge against the Aurangzeb, okay, or against the Mughals, especially Aurangzeb. So the correct answer is Tarabai. Okay. Then 23, the Indian rulers who allied with Ahmad Shah Abdali in Third Battle of Panipat. Now this is something we have to discuss. So as you may know, 1761, I repeat this again and again, 1761, okay, Third Battle of Panipat. We had two factions, that is Marathas, okay, and then we have Afghans. Now Afghans were supported by two or actually some Muslim rulers from Indian subcontinent, along with some Hindu rulers. Some Rajputs also supported Afghans, okay, despite being Hindus, they also supported Afghans. And the most important ruler who supported Afghans were the Nawab of Awadh, Shujaud okay, Nawab of Awadh. Okay, so the correct answer is option A, Nawab of Awadh. Okay, so let me just go to the 24th question. The Bhosle faction ruled from. So as you may already know this, okay, if you don't know this, it's okay. There were many factions in Maratha kingdom, okay. Some of them were called as Sindhyas. They ruled from Gwalior, okay. Then we have Holkars, they ruled from Indore. Then we have Gaikwads, okay. They ruled from Baroda. And then there were Bhonsles, okay, Bhonsle, like Asha Bhonsle, okay. So they ruled from Nagpur, okay. So the correct answer is option C, Nagpur, okay. So the Bhonsle faction ruled from Nagpur, okay. So when was the second Anglo-Maratha war fought? Okay, the second Anglo-Maratha was fought between 1803 to 1805. The correct answer is 1803 to 1805. The Peshwa is also known as the fighting Peshwa. Now, if you have seen the movie Bajirao Mastani, you might have seen many action scenes where Bajirao, okay, played by Ranveer Kapoor, was always fighting against someone. Okay, so that is why he was. And the best part of this guy, that is Bajirao 1, he was never defeated. He fought around 41 battles, and he was never defeated. He actually died because of infection. Okay, so this is something similar to Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great, okay, he also fought many battles and he was also never defeated. Similarly, we have Bajirao. He fought around 41 battles, okay, and he was also never defeated. And both of them died because of infection. They never died because of sword or being killed. They died of infection. Okay. So the correct answer is 26. Correct answer is option A, Bajirao. Okay, Bajirao. Okay. Then we have who was the third Chhatrapati of Maratha Empire? Now this is a very simple question. Now this is something we have discussed earlier. Okay, so we have this guy, that is Shivaji, not Guy. Okay, Shivaji. He was the first ruler. Then we have Sambhaji. Okay, Sambhaji. And then we have one more son of Shivaji, that is Raja Ram. Okay, Raja Ram. So Raja Ram was the third Chhatrapati of Maratha Empire. Okay, so the correct answer is Raja Ram. Okay, so let me just add Raja Ram. Okay. Which Peshwa was deposed after Barbai? I'm sorry, this spelling is actually wrong. Okay, so this spelling is Barbai. Barbai. Okay, so Barbai is a place, and the Peshwa who was deposed of after Barbai conspiracy was Raghunath Rao. The reason he was deposed of because he actually assassinated the ruling Peshwa, the running Peshwa. Okay, so he actually had assassinated this guy, Narayan Rao, and that is why he was deposed of after Barbai conspiracy. Okay, so he basically ruled for just 1 year, that is from 1772 to 1773. After that, he was deposed of by Nana Fadnavis, Mahadaji Shinde, and Tukurji Holkar. Okay, so let me just take you to the 29th question. Who was the last Peshwa? Where was the last Peshwa exiled to? Now, after basically the Anglo Maratha war, the last Peshwa, that was basically Bajirao II, he was sent to a place called as Bithur. It's somewhere near Kanpur and Uttar Pradesh, actually in Uttar Pradesh. And so the correct answer is Bithur. Okay, Bithur, the Muslim artilleryman who helped the Peshwas in the Battle of Panipat. Now, basically, remember this. This is Indian subcontinent, and here we have Marathas. Okay, this is Marathas, and here we had the Nizams. Okay, the Nizams. So before the Battle of Panipat, 1761, there was a Battle of Udaygir. Okay, there was a Battle of Udaygir that was between Marathas and the Nizams. The Nizams were defeated, and they had an artillery guy. So artillery guy is basically the guy who runs the cannon. Cannon is basically, top, right? So basically, there was a guy called as Ibrahim Khan Gardi. Okay, Ibrahim Khan Gardi. He was the artilleryman of the Nizam. So when the Nizams were defeated, he joined the Marathas. Okay, so he basically served in the Battle of Panipat. So this is something really important question. Ibrahim Khan Gardi. Okay, so let's move on. The power vacuum created by the decline of Marathas was filled by. Now, obviously, this is a very easy question. We have options like French, Afghans, British, and Dutch. Now, after the decline of Marathas, remember this. Now, earlier the Mughals were the paramount power. Okay, after the decline of Mughals, the Marathas became the paramount power, and after the decline of Marathas, the Britishers became the paramount power. So the correct answer is, it's pretty much obvious. It's the Britishers. Option C, British. Shahu was helped by this man who later became the Peshwa. Now, this is something we have discussed earlier. Okay, Shahu was released from the prison. Okay, after the death of Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb died in 1707, and Shahu was released in 1707 or 1708. So Shahu was challenged by a person called as Tarabai. We have already discussed it, and Tarabai. Okay, so we had two factions, that is Tarabai's faction and Shahu's faction. So Shahu was new because he was in jail. Tarabai had so much power, she had so much help, and yet Shahu was able to defeat Tarabai because he was supported by a man called as Balaji Vishwanath. Balaji Vishwanath. Okay, so basically Balaji Vishwanath was one of the reasons why Tarabai was defeated, and Balaji became the first Peshwa. Remember this, Balaji became the first Peshwa. So the correct answer is option C, Balaji Vishwanath. Okay. When was the Sangola Agreement signed? So Sangola Agreement is basically an agreement. So let me just explain you what Sangola Agreement is. So you have Shivaji. Okay. So basically he was the first ruler of the Maratha kingdom, the first Chhatrapati. Then we have Shambhaji. Then we have Rajaram. Okay. And then we have Shahu. Okay. Shahu. So basically, these are the real rulers, just like our president. Okay, these were the rulers. Now, after Shahu became the Peshwa, he was supported by a faction called as the Peshwas. So the Peshwa, for the first Peshwa was Balaji Vishwanath. Okay, and then the second Peshwa was Bajirao, and the third Peshwa was Balaji Bajirao. Okay, so after Shahu, a guy came called as Rajaram. Okay, so he drafted an agreement that all the powers of the Peshwas, all the powers of the Maratha kingdom will be given to the Peshwas, and this treaty is called as the Sangola Agreement. Okay, and it was signed in 1750. So the correct answer is 1750. Okay, so let me just mark this 1750. Acha. So which Rohilla king supported the invader Ahmad Shah Abdali? Okay, so this is something we can discuss again. So in 1761 we have the third battle of Panipat. Obvious, we already know that. So it was fought between the Marathas and the Afghans. The Afghans were supported by a bunch of people. They were also Afghans. It was known as the Rohillas. Okay, Rohillas. And they were also supported by the Nawab of Awadh. So these were the traitors of India who supported the invader. Okay, so the correct answer is Rohillas. Now, the leader of Rohilla was Najib ud Daula. Remember this, the leader of Rohillas was Najib ud Daula. So the correct answer is Najib ud Daula. So let me just mark this, Najibud-Dowla. Okay. Then we have 35, who was called as the greatest in guerrilla tactics after Shivaji. Now, if you have seen the movie Bajirao Mastani, you have seen how awesomely Ranveer Singh fight. So basically, this movie Bajirao Mastani is taken from the real chapter of Bajirao. He was a tactician. He was never defeated in any war. This is something we have discussed earlier. So he was never defeated. So the correct answer is Bajirao. He was the greatest in guerrilla tactics after Shivaji. So the correct answer is Bajirao 1. Okay. Which Chhatrapati signed the Sangola agreement? So the Chhatrapati or the ruler which signed the Sangola agreement is Rajaram. We have discussed earlier. Okay. Who defeated the Siddhis of Janjira Island? The Siddhis of Janjira Island was defeated by Bajirao. Okay, so basically the Siddhis were of African origin. They were actually dacoits as well as merchants who were living in an island, and they were creating problems. So Bajirao defeated them. Okay, so it's nothing much important. So the correct answer is Bajirao 1. Okay. When was the third battle of Panipat fought? We obviously know it's 1761. It's very easy answer, 1761. Which Peshwa took the help from Britishers against Holkar? Now, Holkar became, now as you already know this, we have the Peshwa, okay, and then we have the factions such as the Scindias, okay, then we have the Gaikwads, okay, we have the Holkars, we have the Bonsles, okay, and then we have one more group, okay, Scindia, Holkar, there is one more group, I actually can't remember this. Scindias, Gaikwad, Holkar, Bonsle, and I can't remember that group. Okay, so so we have already Gaikwads, Scindias, Holkars, uh, Bonsles. Okay, I don't think there is one more group. I'm sorry, I forgot. So these were the four group, okay, who supported the Peshwa, and the Peshwa eventually became weak. The Peshwa title was eventually became weak and really corrupt and inefficient. Eventually, the Holkars became really powerful. The Holkars were ruling this part of Indore. Okay, so the Holkar was really powerful, and basically the Holkars invaded the Peshwas, and the Peshwas were defeated. So the Peshwa who took the help from the Britishers to save him, okay, was Bajirao II. Okay, so the correct answer is Bajirao II. Okay. Then we have the last question, who started the 27-year war in Deccan? So basically the 27-year war is a famous war that was started by Aurangzeb. Okay, so it was started in 1681. Okay, so it was started in 1681 and it continued till 1707 till the death of Aurangzeb, and it was started in Deccan by Aurangzeb against the Marathas. So the correct answer is option C, Marathas. Okay, so the correct answer is C, option C, Marathas. But I'm sorry, Aurangzeb. Okay, so we have solved around 40 questions. So let me just click on finish and let's check our score. Let me just click on finish. Okay, so our score is 37. So we have done some wrong. So let's explore where we have wrong. So let me just scroll down. So which answer is wrong? Okay, so this is right. This is right. Okay. So the Treaty of Bassein was signed in 1802. I'm sorry. The correct answer is 1802. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Now there are two more things that is wrong. Okay. So let's explore that also. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So who was the third Chhatrapati of Maratha Empire? Now the third Chhatrapati was definitely Rajaram, and we accidentally marked it as Shahu. So the correct answer is Rajaram. Okay. Then let's explore the last question, because there are three answers which are wrong. So which is the last one which is wrong? Okay, let me just scroll down. Okay, I guess only, so which answer is wrong? I'm sorry, let me just check. Okay, so out of 40, 37 are right. That means 3 are wrong. So let me just check which one. Which is that question that went wrong? Okay, nope. Okay, so we have figured this out. Okay, so we have done that also. Balaji Vishwanath. Sangola Agreement was signed in 1750. That is true. That is right. Seems correct. I think it's a problem with the software. Okay. So technically, we have got two answers wrong. Okay. And this is something you can understand. There were 40 questions, and I accidentally marked two answers wrong. Okay. And this is how you solve these questions. You go to this site, okay, and solve this question, and after that, you just check it yourself. Okay. That's all for today.